Huh. Ryan and Shawn are already now in another collaboration after last year's Free Guy. And what are they going to be doing this time? Well, seems like they've now gone like the Back to the Future route and picked time travel as their next collaboration. Hey everyone, it's Movie Lover 120 here, and I'm here with a brand new movie review, and this movie review is going to be for a film that is hitting Netflix this weekend. Today, it's going to be the second collaboration between Ryan Reynolds and Shawn Levy, just right after last year's Free Guy, which came out August 2021. Unlike Free Guy, which went to theaters though, this movie is unfortunately somehow got dumped straight to Netflix. But there is a catch. There was actually an advanced screening of this week that I was luckily able to go to. And that movie is going to be for none other than The Adam Project. So, what's the plot of this movie? Well, Adam Reed, age 13, still grieving the sudden death of his father a year earlier, walks into his garage one night to find a wounded pilot hiding there. This mysterious pilot turns out to be the older version of himself in the future, where time travel is in its infancy. He has risked everything to come back in time. I'm on a secret mission. Together they must embark on an adventure from the past to find their father, set things right, and save the world. The three work together, both young and grown Adam come to terms with the loss of their father and have a chance to heal the wounds that have shaped them. Adding to the challenge of the mission, the two Adams discover they really don't like each other very much. And if they're going to save the world, they're first going to have to figure out how to get along. Yeah. So how was this movie made? Well, The Project, a spec script written by T.S. Nolan, was initially announced as Our Name is Adam in October 2012. Paramount Pictures was interested in doing the film, and Tom Cruise was going to star originally. Unfortunately, the film pretty much just went to oblivion and was never heard of again, but however, eventually the project would get revived in July 2020 when it moved to and got acquired by Netflix, with Shawn Levy as director and Ryan Reynolds to start their previously collaborating on last year's successful box office summer hit, Free Guy. While the latest draft of the script was written by Jonathan Tropper from previous drafts by Norlin, Jennifer Flacken, and Mark Levin, and in November, some other cast members of the film, such as Jennifer Garner, Zoe Saldana, Mark Ruffalo, Catherine Keener, Alex Mallory Jr., and Walker Scobell were added to the cast. So, the film has just been released on Netflix today. However, this week on Wednesday night, there was a one-night advanced screening of the film, and I went to see it at the advanced screening. And what did I think about it? Well, not bad, but not great either. I mean, so far the movie's received mixed to positive reviews from critics. Definitely not on the level of good reviews Free Guy got. And I thought it was average at best. But I still thought the cast did pretty good. It wasn't terrible per se. I mean, it's not a bad movie per se. It was just a decent movie. Not really a masterpiece by any means, but there were some enjoyable moments I had with it. I had some fun with it for what it was. It kind of felt like a modern approach to an 80s sci-fi family film such as E.T. and The Last Starfighter and Back to the Future. Shawn Levy really captured the spirit so well from those films, and while he didn't completely reinvent the wheel, he infuses this film with a lot of heart and some great entertainment value. It's a film that would kind of make Spielberg proud if he ever ends up seeing it. So deep in its veins and the essence of vintage Amblin. I liked how while Levy used these comfortable retro elements, he also did add in more modern sensibilities and kind of gave it a somewhat futuristic feel. He really made it in its own thing while reminding us of the movies we loved in the 80s. And oh boy, I really do love Shawn Levy and Ryan Reynolds teaming up. Like, first Free Guy, which was one of my favorite movies of 2021, and now this, which I think is decent. Not as good as Free Guy, but still pretty decent for what it is. Ryan, this is probably another great Ryan Reynolds performance, much like in Free Guy, which is probably his best work outside the Deadpool movies. What truly surprised me is that we basically got to see two Ryan Reynolds performances in this. One was from Reynolds himself, and one was from the younger Walker Scobell, who was actually pretty decent as his younger self. But his younger self, I'm not too big a fan of, but we'll get to that part in a bit. But he still did match Reynolds' personality and comedic style so well, and he really held his own against Reynolds like a seasoned comedic actor. Like, their banter was just so much fun, and Scobell's delivery felt exactly like Reynolds. Mark Ruffalo, Jennifer Garner's voice, and all were also excellent and helped bring out some perfect emotional moments. And I love the chemistry between the cast too. It couldn't have been better. I mean, yeah, I really like they got quite a lot of Marvel actors in this film. Like this film pretty much stars Deadpool, Hulk, Elektra, and Gamora all into one big sci-fi film, directed by the guy who did Free Guy. Pretty ironic, if you ask me. And as with most time travel stories, things do get a bit complicated, and the only situation involves taking a bigger risk and adding more complications to the film. Like, I won't give anything away much, but the two Adams are kind of forced to make a joint time jump to find the dad, who is Louis Reed, played by Mark Ruffalo. The purpose with this mission is not to save the dad's life, but for other personal reasons that involve Laura and Maya, Professor Reed's not-so-ethical business partner. Like, it's this section that offers the most action and tension, and although the film is best delivered to the audience when the wisecracks are flying between Reynolds, Ruffalo, and Scobell. And now for the bad qualities of the film. Well, one thing I really kind of didn't like was I kind of found younger Adam to be... This is going to be a controversial statement. I kind of found younger Adam to be a bit unlikable and annoying at times. I mean, yeah, he is grieving the death of his father and is somewhat a preteen. I mean, he does get better in the later half of the movie, but like the very first half of the movie, he's just kind of rude throughout most of the film, and it kind of gets really irritating. He's kind of almost rude like that for a good majority of the first half. So yeah, that's kind of why I found younger Adam to be the least likable character in this movie. I also didn't really like Catherine Keener as the villain. I mean, I just think she ain't good at playing villains at this rate. I mean, come on, like, face it, guys. For those who saw Incredibles 2, you know she plays the main, somehow, randomly planned out of nowhere villain that apparently is supposed to be viewed as screenslaver in Incredibles 2. And that reveal wasn't good at all. And they're like, just her villain betrayal in Incredibles 2 wasn't even good at all either. And it really wasn't needed. Like, her villain wasn't even interesting in this either. Now I'm only blaming the writing here, guys, when I say that. And also not to mention, this film kind of felt a little bit too short. I kind of wish this movie were a bit longer so we could develop the characters a bit more. And also, I kind of feel like Mark Ruffalo didn't really get a lot of screen time in this. I mean, maybe his character wasn't supposed to get a lot of screen time, but I kind of feel like we should have had more scenes of his character. Yeah. But other than those, I thought this movie was still pretty decent. Is it a great film? No, not by any means, but it was still a pretty decent film, and I'd say this is a stream online recommendation, but it's not going to really matter because this is kind of a dump to Netflix movie anyway, so it would be a stream online, obviously. Because it actually is on Netflix today, so for those who have Netflix and feel like checking this movie out, yeah, go check this movie out. Feel free to give it a watch there, or some other way to watch if you don't have Netflix, because I'm pretty sure there can be other ways you can still watch the movie. But if you have either of those streaming services, then go give this movie a watch because it is debuted on those today, if you want to see it. But anyway, that's it for my review of The Adam Project, and if you're wondering how I'm going to rank The Adam Project, here's how I'm going to rank it. I'm going to give The Adam Project a 7 out of 10. there we go. That's pretty much my review for the Adam Project, and yeah. So sorry this was a little short, guys. It's just because the reason why this was a little bit short is because I have a game to go to. Just because of since you can tell by this jersey I wear, I'm gonna be going to a hockey game tonight, and I kind of have to get ready for that and stuff, and I got my tickets ready. So yeah, that's why this video was a little bit short today, guys. But there just wasn't much I could say about this movie because it was just a decent movie at best. And now, like, there is one other film that dumped to streaming that I probably also have to watch this weekend, and that is a Pixar movie. No, it's not for Lightyear, guys. And I don't really want to watch Lightyear either, but that's not out till summer. It's for another one involving a red panda. Yeah, Turning Red, which was a Pixar movie I was not hyped for at all. I wonder how this is going to be. Until then, that'll be it for this review. Thank y'all for watching. And if you like this and want to see more, and don't forget to like, subscribe to Movie Lover 120.